Okay, some more solving of linear inequalities, and these will be multi-step, where we have several steps. Like equations, like multi-step equations, it's about the same. Except we'll just have to graph our number solution, or our solution set, because of more than one possible solution. So let's, again, deal with this just like an equation. If this was an equation, we've got variables on both sides. We try to get the variables on the same side. So first of all, I'll try to get them where they're positive. This is a situation where you really want to keep them positive so you don't have to divide by a negative and reverse the direction of the inequality. So I'll just subtract 2x from both sides. Very similar to what we did with equations. And then on the left, 2x minus 2x is 0, so I've got negative 3. Less than or equal to 2x minus 7, then I'll add 7 to both sides. And I have 2x on the right and 4 on the left. I'll divide both sides by a positive 2, which we can do, no bother there. Only when we multiply or divide by a negative number do we have to change the direction of the inequality. So I've got x is greater than or equal to 2. And then we like the variable on the left, so we'll just write the x on the left, the 2 on the right, and remember the arrows point towards the 2. And there we go. So now I can draw my number line. And I guess I'll just do this to the right. Label it x, put some arrows on there, and mark my 0, and this is going to be x is greater than or equal to 2, so I'll put a 0 there, and I can put a 2 over there. And since it's going to be greater than or equal to, it's going to be pointing in this direction. Since my variable's on the left, I'm going in that direction, so I'll put a dotted 2. And those numbers to the right of 2. Okay, let's try another one. Uh, 5x plus 4 is greater than 2x minus 8. Just more practice. Okay, so what have we got? Well, first of all, we try to get our variables on the same side, so I'll subtract 2x from both sides. And 5x minus 2x is 3x, so I've got 3x plus 4 is greater than negative 8. Then I'll subtract 4 from both sides to get all my numbers on the same side. And 4 minus 4 is 0, so I just have 3x on the left. And that's going to be greater than negative, and then 8 and 4 is 12, negative 12. Then I'll divide both sides by 3. And I've got x is greater than negative 4. So, no problem, just like an equation. All should be experts with equations right now, and we'll just draw our number line over here. Put some arrows in. Label it as x. And I'm going to have a 0, and I'm going to be greater than negative 4, which is to the left of 0. So I put my 0 over here, and I put my negative 4 somewhere to the left of 0. It's going to be greater than. Put a circle of negative 4, and it's pointing to the right. There you go. Okay. And we can try one with the parentheses. This will be number 15. Um, 5 times, well, 3x, excuse me, 3x minus 2 is greater than or equal to 2 times 4x minus 1, so we're just using our distributive property. Again, we've done all these with equations, so this shouldn't be real different. How many times it's the only difference between these and equations are when we multiply or divide by a negative number. So I'll remove my parentheses first using the distributive property. 5 times 3 is 15x. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. Is greater than or equal to 2 times 4 is 8x. Minus 2 times 1 is 2. Then I'll subtract 8x from both sides to get all my x's on the same side. And I have 7x on the left. Minus 10 is greater than or equal to negative 2. Then I can add 10 to both sides. I have 7x is greater than or equal to positive 8. Then I can divide both sides by 7. And we can use just a little implication line if we want to extend this over to the right. And 7 over 7 is 1, so that's going to mean that x, that's going to imply that x is greater than or equal to 8 over 7. 8 over 7 is like 1 1/7, so it's a little bit bigger than 1. So I can draw my number line over here. And I could put my 0 over here. I could put 1, and I could put 2 if I want. And 8/7 is going to be a little bit bigger. It's going to be 1 1/7, so it's going to be about over here. So I can call that as 8/7. And then it's going to be greater than or equal to, so there's going to be a dot there at 8/7. And I'm going to the right. So there you go. So that would kind of suffice for that one. And let's try one more. Multi-step here. And this would be number 16, I guess, of our examples. 4 times, parentheses, x minus 7 plus 3 is less than 2 times x plus 4 minus 3x. And again, these can look like, any of our equations. And then we'll multiply, use our distributive property, so that's going to be 4x. 4 times negative 7 is negative 28. Plus 3 is less than, and 2 times x is 2x. 2 times 4 is 8, minus 3x. Then I'll always simplify. Combine like terms. On the left, I've got 4x, and negative 28 plus 3 is negative 25, is less than, and then 2x, well, I can have the 8 over here, and 2x minus 3x is negative x. So we try to get variables and x's on each side. Then we'll try to get all of our x's on the same side, so I'll add x to both sides. And on the left, I've got 5x minus 25 is less than 8. And then I'll add 25 to both sides. And I have 5x on the left is less than 33. I'll divide both sides by 5. And it's a positive 5, so I don't have to change the direction of the inequality. And I have x on the left, and that's less than 33 over 5. Now that's actually the same thing. I could write that as 5 goes in there 6 times, so 6 3/5, or 6 6/10. I know it's between 6 and 7, but if I don't have a grid or a number line set, I can just put this 33/5, leave it like that. So I'll draw my number line over here. Put my X. This is going to be to the left, but this is going to be over to the right of 0, so I'll put my 0 over here. And I know that 33/5 is to the right of 0, so I can put it over here, and I can leave it as 33/5, or 6.6. And it's going to be to the left. It's going to be open, so I'll have a circle there, and then I just shade to the left. So there you go. So that's a little more complex, but it's just or complicated, but it's just deal with like an equation, and we've done equations like these before too. Okay. And on any of these problems, you can always pause them, go back. You can look at the beginning, and then try to work through it, and then check your answer. If you make any errors, you can go back and see where you made errors. Correct yourself.